This is the Truth Network.
It's Storytime, Memaw, an answered prayer for stories that point children to God. And here's today's story with Joanne Vickner.
What an ungrateful brat. We had fun this summer. Memaw took us camping, fishing, swimming, and other places. She enjoys taking us, and we always say thank you. But on our last trip, she said, "Kids, everyone has busy lives, and when they go out of their way to be kind to you, I hope you will be more than thankful. I hope you are grateful. Being thankful is a feeling, but to be grateful is an action. Do you hear me?" "Yes, ma'am, Memaw. What's wrong?" "Oh, ungrateful people anger me. Y'all know Miss Carol, right?" "Yeah, she goes to our church, and she's always helping people." "That's right. Well, her husband's been ill for over a month now. He's been to urgent care in the emergency room 7 times in just 4 weeks. She thought he'd get better after each visit, but he didn't. Last week, he was in the hospital for 5 days and just came home. Miss Carol has managed to take care of him, cook, clean, shop, mow grass, and more. She's been busy. Yesterday, she cooked red beans and sausage and cornbread for a family in need. She loaded it up, but her car wouldn't start, so she called me. I ran over, and we transferred the food from her car into my car, and I took her to deliver it. When we arrived, from the looks of things, I could tell these people were seriously poor. I gladly helped Miss Carol unload the food, and she knocked on the door. It quickly opened. There stood 3 kids and 2 adults in the doorway. The oldest child was a boy, and he had the cutest freckles and red hair I've ever seen. All of a sudden, without saying a word, he snatched the food from us and ran to the table with his family. Miss Carol turned to go, so I followed her, but I heard them saying, "What is that? I don't want beans and rice. I want a hamburger." The next thing I know, the red-headed kid about your age ran out the door and yelled, "Take this back! Bring us hamburgers!" Imagine how Miss Carol must have felt. She's been taking care of her sick husband and tending to everything at home because he can't, and she still found it in her heart to help these people. "Memaw, you fussed him. I know you did." No, I don't fuss other people's kids. Besides, I think I was in shock. Miss Carol didn't fuss him either. She said, "I'm so sorry you didn't like what I brought you, but I'm sure you'll love my red beans. I perfected them over the years and haven't met a single person who doesn't like them. Shall we go in and have a bite?" "Really, Memaw?" "Yeah, that's what I thought. I wanted to tell that kid to mind his manners, but I bit my tongue and I followed them inside. He took a bite, and he loved them. Then the whole family told Miss Carol the beans were delicious and thanked her. Before we left, Miss Carol invited them to church and even left them her phone number in case they wanted to call. On the way home, I asked, "Miss Carol, how can you be so sweet to such a rotten kid?" And I'll never forget her answer. She said, "If Jesus can love those that nailed him to a cross and hung him to die, it shouldn't be too hard for me to love bratty kids, don't you think?" I have found that if I am kind to others, especially when they're being ugly, many times their whole demeanor changes for the good, just as you saw today. Memaw, I know we are to love the unlovable, but it sure is easier to help people that appreciate it, isn't it? Kids, we are the light of the world. We are to let our light shine before others so that they see our good works and give glory to God. That family and me saw the light, which is the glory of God, in those that love Him, in Miss Carol. You're never too old to learn. Miss Carol taught me to keep my emotions in check, and show people compassion and understanding, no matter what.
If you enjoy Joanne's stories, her book is available on Amazon and her website at itsstorytimememaw.com. That's itsstorytimememaw.com. Go ahead and order it today, and thanks for listening.